What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is Ace from Fit to Play Games, and today I'm going to show you games pickup of the month for the month of July. So without further ado, go ahead and grab that coffee of yours, have a seat, and relax. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. And today is July 25th, 2019, and this is the day that I will show you the things that I picked up, games that I picked up for this entire month. So without further ado, we'll go ahead down to the things that I picked up from Savers, basically your secondhand store. So I got this one for cheaply $1.99 from Savers. Basically this is a wireless controller for the original Xbox console. So even then, back in the day when the Xbox original came out, companies are already thinking about creating accessories to make it a little bit more easier and a little bit more accessible for us gamers to be able to play the system. So thus the wireless controller that I picked up. Now, keep your mind around this controller. In a little bit I'll explain to you guys why I picked it up. So I'll explain that a little bit later in the video. And then what do I have here also? And I also, but then again, this one was another controller that I picked up. I thought it was very interesting. I got this one from Salvation Army, which is the family store. And I think this was $2.99. The reason I picked it up is because I've never seen this controller before. It is for the original Xbox. If you guys remember this controller at all, any of you guys remember, the reason that there's this little sticker here is because that is where they messed up putting the prices on, and I'm just that kind of person. I do not like having some kind of sticker in front of the controllers just because I feel like, you know, that's just, it doesn't look right. Anyway, it comes like this. It has grips to the sides for better grip and angles whenever you're playing games. Also, the triggers are alright. This is Nyko brand, by the way. And what's interesting is that they also put a sticker here, by the way, if you guys are wondering what that is. It also comes with a airflow control in the back of the controller. It's built in. So basically, this controller never overheats because this airflow right here allows it to cool itself down, and the controls for that is right here. So you can either control it with a fast or slow, and here is the on and off button. So that's very interesting. That's why I picked it up. And also there's a purpose why I picked this up, and I'll explain to you guys a little bit later. But another interesting that I picked up, this one is from Salvation Army. So this one's pretty cool. Next on the list here, maybe I should just put them all together. But this one is from Savers. This is actually a brand new game for the PlayStation 2, which is the Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. And it was originally priced at $5.99, but every Monday and certain holidays they would have, Savers would have a sale which is 50% off on everything. So basically I didn't pay $6 for this. I paid $3 for this brand new game, which is basically still encased in this, and it's still brand new. So that's a pretty good pickup. If you guys want to know a little bit more about this game, I've never actually played it before. I just looked it up in YouTube, and you know, if you guys are interested in Harry Potter still, and you're still in that, you're a big fan of it, this is definitely something that you should pick up if you ever have it. I've never played it, so I can't really talk anything or tell you guys anything about it, except I'll put in something on the link below so you guys can check out what this game looks like on the PlayStation 2. Alright, that is from Savers, by the way. Next, I've got these games from Savers as well. Ooh, I got quite a bit from Savers, actually. So, here we go. Now for the Wii systems, I found the Super Smash Brothers Brawl for the original Nintendo Wii. Now I'm a big fan of the Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers, just because when it came out for the original N64, that was the second game that I played after my experience with the Pokemon Leagues, the games, Pokemon Stadium. So that was the second game that my mom bought me when I was younger for the N64. So I still remember, and to this day, I actually have an original copy right over here. If you guys see that, that's actually my the complete system that comes with the game that you can download, and also the game is right over here. I also bought my own copy just so for preservation wise, and I'm also collecting it, so I thought I'd have it. And anyway, I got this one for, it says $19.99. All of these stuff I actually bought in the same day, which was a Monday, and it was 50% off. So I only paid $10 for the Super Smash Brothers, and I think this is highly worth it because I do not have this in my collection. And one of these days I'll actually show you guys how good this was back from the Nintendo Wii. Then next up, I also have Dead Rising 3 from the same store, which is Sabers. This one was, I would say, it's $10 because they round it off every time you try and purchase something, but this was actually $5. And yeah, and this one includes the 4-game add-on packs when you buy it. When you bought this from the first time it came out. So Dead Rising 3 is actually a very good game. It was a post-apocalyptic game, and you're basically creating your own equipment, your own weaponry out of nothing, or things that you pick up in the game. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'll show you a little bit of video about it if you guys want to check it out. Alright, so next up, I actually picked this one up. These were all picked up all in the same day. Not all in the same day, but all in the same day of each week, which is a Monday, since they all have 50% off on Monday. So, you know, you kind of have to be a good shopper, and you guys are looking around and making sure that you know what you're getting. And this one is Street Fighter versus Tekken. This was actually a very good game. I didn't own this per se on my own because my cousin picked it up, and I went over to his house, and I was actually able to see the gameplay on this game. I tried it a couple of times. I am not very familiar with the Street Fighter controls, therefore I got my butt handed to me, but definitely a good game to pick up. It's you know, what could be better? Street Fighter and Tekken together. It's just it is just an insane combo, and I was just glad that this is something that I've actually able to try. And if you guys want to take a look at the video over here, it'll show you how the gameplay is in the aspects of this whole game. Alright, so next up I've got the, now these should be together just because this is the Ultimate Ninja for the PlayStation 2 Naruto, and the Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2. Basically this is the counterpart of the Shonen Jumps for the Nintendo GameCube, and I actually was able to pick both of these up back in the early days of the PlayStation 2, and I bought them, and I thought they were pretty good actually, and the fightings were very similar to the Shonen Jumps that Ninja Clashes from the GameCube, and it was fairly accurate. It was just something different for me to try while owning the PlayStation 2, and I know I have actually a copy of these two games in my PlayStation 2 section right over here somewhere, and I saw these. They were $3.99. They were $2 a piece. I bought them anyway, just so I have a secondary copy. And next one, I actually have picked up Black. Now, this was a game that I only played for the original Xbox. I never played it for the PlayStation 2. Now, I don't know where I put my original copy for the Xbox original, but I can't find it anymore. So now I saw this for the PlayStation 2 and I thought, you know what, I don't have a copy anymore, but I would still pick it up. This was actually a very good game that it came out when it came out for the Xbox original. I think to make that comparison between the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, I felt like this played better on the Xbox original, to be honest, because I feel like there's so much more playing this on the PlayStation 2. As you guys can see here, there's a little bit more lag while playing it. Alright guys, so moving along, I was at Goodwill a couple of days back as well, and not a couple of days back, I would say like a week ago, trying to look for new games, and I remember showing you guys a copy of the Elder Scrolls Morrowind, which had which was the Game of the Year for the Xbox original, and it included the Morrowind Tribunal and the Blood Moon expansion for it. And I remember telling you guys that was like the most expensive that I've ever purchased for the Xbox original. To be honest, I actually found one from Goodwill. Yeah, I know it has the original GameStop price, which is $17.99. If you go to the store that I usually go to, the retro game store that I go to, this will be at $20. If you bought this, you would be shelling out at least about $21. But when I got this from Goodwill, it was actually $2.99. So I will probably just sell my other copy, which is the same thing, but I would probably just sell that to eBay. If you guys want to check out my eBay account, which is I'll put that under the description below of this video if you guys want to check out the things that I'm selling on eBay as well, if only if you guys are interested. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you guys that I do have a store, and whatever I pick up here, I try to sell it in a very I would say it's not competitive, but also very reasonable. So, you know, that's that for the Morrowind Elder Scrolls 3. Next, I've also picked up these two games from Goodwill as well, which is the Spider-Man Ultimate Spider-Man. This is the game that I've been looking for a long time, because this is the one that allows you to play as Venom. So you don't play just Spider-Man. You can actually switch into Venom and, basically sling around all over New York City. And if you guys want to check out this gameplay right here, this is very cool actually. You know, playing this game brings me back to my childhood. This is pretty fun.
Just have to jump up there, no biggie. Jump and then jump again. Sure, it breaks the laws of physics, but so do most things I do. It's me, the amazing jumping man. The spectacular leaping dude. It's the sensational talking to myself.
And lastly, from Goodwill, I actually bought this one too, which is the Spider-Man 2. I know it says $7.99. This isn't really $7.99. This was $2.99. This is from Goodwill, so this has got to be some kind of price from a different store when they bought this. But definitely a good game. If you guys want to check out this video right here, Spider-Man 2. I already own the Spider-Man 1. Check out Spider-Man 2. This was the one with Dr. Octavius, which is pretty cool.
Let's get this show on the road. See that little doohickey? That's your destination marker, and it tells you how to get where you need to go. Clever, huh? When it's in the middle of the screen, you know you're heading towards your goal. Easy, right? All right, stop there for a second and look at your map. See it there? That red thing in the center is you, and the blue dot is your destination marker.
Now, I remember, I don't know if any of you guys from wherever you guys are watching my videos, but there is a certain store called Myers where I live in my state, and I don't know if there's a Myers in your area, but I actually was very interested. I bought this game from Myers, which is Star Wars The Force Awakens, which is the Lego game. And to be frank, this one was actually a repack. They called it a repack. So basically a repack is, it's pre-owned, but they repack it for you. So this was a very interesting purchase, and I can't wait to play the game. This one is for the Xbox One. So yeah, I bought this for $7.99, and it was actually in the $19.99 rack, and I was not sure if it was actually $19.99 or $7.99, but I was just glad that it was actually $7.99. The lady put this sticker in here, and as she checked the UPC number on this thing, so that's pretty cool. All right, so next up, I was at Savers. I would say today is the 24th, which is Wednesday, right? So I think I was there on just this Monday, and I saw these games, which is a good condition, no box Super Mario World. I mean, if you can see that, it looks gorgeous. There's no smudges, no sticker coming off. It just looks clean. And also this Donkey Kong game for the Super NES. Now, if you guys take a look at the price, it's $14, and this one is actually $9.99. That was a Monday, so they were half off. So this was $7 and $5. And I know I already have copies of these, but this looks a lot better than my copy. So I'm probably just gonna list the old ones that I have on eBay. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, I will also put a link on that below of my eBay store. You guys can check out the things that I have there. I bought a couple of Game Boy Advance games and also some Game Boy Color games. I don't know if you guys watch the Nickelodeon from back in the 99s all the way up to 2004. I don't know if you guys remember Doug. And he was actually one of my favorite characters from Nickelodeon, and this was a game that I found for $2, and you know, I thought, you know what, that brings me back to my childhood, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pick that up. One of these days I'm gonna show you guys the gameplay for this Doug game. I think it's a role-playing game basically, or you know, it's kind of like an open world, but for the Game Boy Color game. So I'll show you guys a little gameplay of that one of these days. Next up for the Game Boy Advance, I don't know, I'm such a big fan of Spider-Man, but let me ask you guys one of these questions, and you have to be very honest with me. Out of all the Spider-Man heroes or all the actors that actually played the Spider-Mans, who do you actually see, or who do you think is the best Spider-Man that ever played the role of Spider-Man? In my opinion, Tobey Maguire was the best one for me. From Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, he was, you know, he was on point with Peter Parker, and he was one of my favorite. And thus, I bought this Spider-Man game from Savers. So about the same time I bought the Donkey Kong and the Super Mario game. Also, I'm a big fan of the Incredible Hulk. So I saw this one and I thought, you know what, I'll go ahead and pick that up too. I'm a big superhero fan, and why not? I'll show you guys gameplay of all of these little ones right over here. So I'll just kind of just mishmash and mix up all the the little gameplay videos as we go along. And then also another Spider-Man game by Activision right here. Now these are just, you know, these are just the little just the cartridge. It doesn't have any manuals, but you know what, it was worth getting just because I've never come across any of these anymore, so it's better that I actually just pick them up where they're available. And lastly, I have the Super Mario Deluxe for the Game Boy Color. I mean, it's see-through. You could actually see the batteries over there. Hopefully the batteries on this thing is still good. And you know, the Super Mario Deluxe was actually a pretty fun game for the Game Boy Color. And I'm just glad that I finally have my own copy as well. I'm a big fan of Super Mario's just because that was the very first game I've ever played when I got my Family, which is the FC gaming system back when I was still younger. Alright, also, one of the games that I was actually very fond of from the original PlayStation 1 was the Harvest Moon series. Now, the last Harvest Moon that I ever played was for the Nintendo Wii. The original Nintendo Wii, which is the Animal Parade. And that one blew my mind. I love playing task games as well, not just because not just the, you know, my regular role-playing game, but I actually like playing task games. And I was never fond of the Farmville games that you get to play from like Facebook and all that stuff. That to me, that's just, you know, stupid waste of money in my opinion. You know, I hate to be hurting other people out there who actually still plays Farmville, but I think that's a complete waste of money when you can just play Harvest Moon. So I was actually in GameStop a couple of days ago, and I picked up a copy of this Harvest Moon from for the PlayStation 4 from GameStop, and you won't believe how much this is. This is brand new, and I bought this for $9.99, which costed me about $10.75. Yeah, and I can't wait to play it. It's another Harvest Moon that I can add to my Harvest Moon collection. Alright, so not every time I go into these stores, I just don't go for games and things like that of that nature. Like I told you, I'm a big fan of superheroes as well, and I saw the original Hulk, and I bought this on a Monday as well, so this was $3. It was $1.50, so I'm like, why not? I have not seen this. I've only seen Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk, and you know, I thought I'd want to see this one, which I think Christian Bale played in this movie. Is it Christian Bale? No, it's not Christian Bale. It's actually Eric Bana. So that's another movie that I want to check out because I've never watched it. I thought Edward Norton played a better Hulk than anybody else. I mean, even Ruffalo, I thought he was kind of weird playing the Incredible Hulk, but then again, you know, I've always thought Edward Norton played a better part. And next one that I bought was Star Trek Into Darkness. I'm a big fan of Chris Pine as well. All of the Star Trek movies that he's already been in, I own. I'm just glad that I was able to find this one because I was looking for the Into Darkness movie. So another fun thing to watch with my family. And I don't know if you guys watch the Chronicles. It was about 3 teenagers that somehow found something in the middle of the woods, which is buried underneath, like some kind of tree, and it was underneath. And all of a sudden, you know, started creating some kind of sounds, and then next thing you know, they wake up the following morning and they have powers. So this one was a very interesting movie. I just thought, like, I felt like this movie is so incomplete. Like, I thought they were gonna make a second one, so I found this in Blu-ray and it was $5 and half off is $2.50. Why not? I'd pick it up. If I've bought this from the retro store that I usually go to, I would probably shell out $8, $9 for this. So this was actually a very good pickup in my opinion. Next, I have here the Bible. No, I'm just kidding. It's not the Bible. It's the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I've been trying to collect all of the Lord of the Rings, the ones that are in these little booklet, because I feel like they're very collectible in my opinion. And I've been looking for, I have these movies, mind you, on the regular DVD, but I actually want to collect them and have them all in these kind of books. So if any of you guys know anywhere where I can buy all of them for cheap, because this was $3.99, I only paid $2 for this. So if you guys know anywhere that would just sell this to me for $2, let me know. You know, you can put that in the comments below. And all right, so now it's time for me to address the 2 controllers that I mentioned to you guys earlier in this video. The reason I bought those 2 controllers was for these 2 original Xbox that I've also picked up on 2 different occasions, on 2 different visits on Savers. Now, these 2 systems were just out there where the electronic stuff are, so there's no way for me to find out if they were working or not. It didn't have power cables, it didn't have the AV cables, so there's no way that you can tell if it's gonna work on your TV and also if it's gonna power up. So this first one that I bought was actually working. Well, it worked, it powered up, but the problem was the CD was not opening. So I know a little bit about Xbox Originals and I've dabbled with it before and I've fixed some of them before. And as you guys can see, let me show you right over here that I've unscrewed it in order to open the system. And I cleaned up what I needed to clean. And also, the problem with the CD not working, it's because of that little O-ring that holds those 2 gears together that allows the CD to open up. I mean, if I power up the system, you would see there are 2 white gears that kind of spins in order to let the CD pop. So now the system is working. And the second system that I bought actually was working. It just didn't have any of the power cables nor the AV cables. So when I got home, I powered it up, and sure enough, it actually functions well. It plays it plays all of my Xbox original games. So there is no hang-ups, there's no problem with the system. It just works. So I bought the components that it needs in order for it to function. So now I have 3 original Xboxes that I own. Now I don't need 2 extra Xboxes, just to let you guys know. So what I plan to do is list both of these systems in my eBay account. Now, if you guys are interested in picking these two systems up, it does need a wonderful home who is going to take good care of them. So if you guys are in need and you're also a collector that needs a new Xbox original system, you guys can go ahead and check out my eBay store. I will go ahead and jot this down into the comments below where all of the description of this video is going to be. Now, it's gonna come with both of these systems I will list. It's gonna come with an AV cable, power cable, each with controllers. Either you're gonna get that new Logitech controller, which is wireless for the Xbox original, or the Nyko, the one with the airflow controller that you have seen in the beginning of this video. And also, as an added bonus, I'm basically gonna make them as a bundle. So it's gonna come with one game each. So it's either gonna be the Elder Scrolls game that I picked up or something else. Other than that, these two games, once they are sold, I plan to use the money that I am going to be receiving for selling both of these systems to fund my own videos. Now, like I said, guys, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I do this with my own money, so whatever you guys see in this video and all of the other videos I have paid for myself. So unfortunately, since I'm new to YouTube, I don't have any kind of sponsors yet. So eventually, hopefully someday I would, but as for now, I plan to fund my own videos so then I can show you guys more content in my videos. So finally, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching the videos. Hopefully you enjoyed this games pickup for month of July, and hopefully you guys are already getting excited for the games pickup for the month of August, which is I plan to release again on the 25th of August. So you guys can definitely stay tuned, hang on, and take a look at what's new in my channel. And also, if you guys are already subscribed, that is awesome. You guys are gonna get a notification whenever I release a new video. Anyway, I want to say again, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you have not subscribed and this is your first time coming to watch my games pickup video, don't forget to subscribe, just because it helps my channel grow a little bit, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, my viewers. Anyway, this is Ace from Fit to Play Games. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video.